want to just give you another chance to just probe some of the statements you mentioned earlier on, and also picking from what Dr. Fred says. And I would like us to probe this notion that if there is no confrontational politics, then there is no democracy. I hear a lot of that, and I want, because you've been in and out of Rwanda many times, you've observed the country, what sort of lessons can we learn from that model? We're not saying one size fits all is what we need to do, but what sort of lessons can all of us learn from that sort of a model of democracy?
Thank you very much. Let me pick up the words you've used. There is no one size fits all democracy. I hold the view that each society's system of governance must be informed by her realities. And I want to remind us that when we talk about democracy, even here in Africa, we use foreign tongues. We are speaking in English, therefore we say democracy. Some will be speaking in French. I always ask people in Africa, in your mother tongue, what is the word for democracy? And I'm much more comfortable with the word governance. How do you govern yourselves? And the post-colonial African state finds ourselves sometimes in a very difficult position because you are a multi-nation state. You go to a country and you find different nations which historically had different governance systems. But we have chosen after 1963 to make good of what we have. We have a lemon, we make ourselves lemonade, if you allow me that analogy. So what do? You allow your specific circumstances to define how you are going to govern yourselves and to make sure that the governance system you use is acceptable to the critical majority of the people. Will it be perfect? No. Perfection is a goal that we aim at, never achieve. And I believe that the history of post-genocide Rwanda after 1994 so far is good. And I use the word so far. Let us not imagine that things have been solved for all times. There are forces within and without Rwanda that would want to disturb the calm that is there. And we must be eternally vigilant to ensure that those forces are not given the oxygen to thrive. Being aware of that, it is also important to embrace systems that try to include. And in the case of Rwanda, one of the things that I think can inform governance itself is how Gashasha was used. Look at the tribunal in Rwanda, which was based in Arusha. If we had been following that model, how many people would have been tried? And even if you convicted people, how would you have restored calm in the society? But when the society took the view and went back to the history of Rwanda and said, we have a system. This system says that if you committed a crime and you come out and admit that crime, you who are the perpetrator of the crime, we will rehabilitate you. If we could use that and deploy it in the manner in which we organize our affairs, then I think we can solve many problems. Easier said than done. Yeah. But I hold the view that it is important to learn those lessons and always to remind us that even when there is good, evil is alive and well, seeking to destroy the good. So our guards must be up and our guards must remain up. Thank you.